And
You might have heard the Premier yesterday when he was here on the program defending a decision that's being taken by the Australian Grand Prix Corporation to become the auspicing body for a global promotional body for Formula One promoters. The Australian Grand Prix Corporation has announced that it is looking after something called FOPA, the Formula One Promoters Association, and the Grand Prix Corporation's Andrew Westacott will join me in just a moment. But off the back of yesterday's chat with the Premier, the local member of Federal Parliament for Melbourne Ports, Michael Danby, got in touch with me and said, I've just been, in fact, polling my constituents about the future of the Grand Prix. Michael Danby, good morning to you.
Good morning, John. How are you?
How many of your constituents did you consult or poll, and what did they say?
We direct mailed the whole 100,000. Each electorate has 100,000. The normal rate of return for those kind of mailing polls is 2%. We've got 5,000 back so far. And the Grand Prix is deeply unpopular locally. A lot of people like myself tried to give it a fair go in the beginning, but it's the economic cost that's sort of really annoying people now and why we've got such a strong reaction.
Well, from your 5,000 responses, what did they say?
We have 69 in favour of the Grand Prix, the rest against, some of it unprintable abuse, but that seems to be the political climate at the moment.
Sorry, out of 5,000 responses, 69 in favour and 4,931 against.
I had the local journos come in to verify it, to take pictures of it, and it's clear that people locally are very passionate against it, particularly not just because of the inconvenience and that kind of stuff. I know people in other parts of Melbourne are not interested in hearing about how people live in Albert Park, but it's the economic cost. The argument that Conservative newspaper, the Herald Sun, Alan Howe's been putting was circulated with the survey to people, and that has elicited a very strong response.
So on behalf of the constituents, you feel you need to represent them on this particular anti-Grand Prix sentiment as well?
John, I know it's a state government matter, but the great American speaker, Tip O'Neill, said all politics is local. If I have such strong sentiment locally, how can I ignore it? And people who, when I heard you yesterday saying that the Grand Prix Corporation is using the money that it's getting from the state government to promote this international outfit supporting Mr. Ecclestone's enterprises, I just was further outraged. I mean, I'm in favour of business, I'm in favour of major events, but the Grand Prix had its day. It cost too much for Victorian taxpayers, and I made that point not just to the current Baillieu government, but I made it previously to the Brumby government on the record publicly. It's a waste of money. It
could be, of course, that the vote has been slanted by those who are sufficiently motivated to participate, and you're getting a skewed response.
Well, the survey is hardly neutral. I mean, I'm obviously very critical of the Grand Prix. As I said, I tried to give it a fair go. I went along once. It was like attending a dentist convention with the noise. I didn't see much. But I have sent my views to constituents, and those constituents have sent in it's the volume of response that surprised me, John.
Okay.
That's the interesting point.
All right, well, let's put that to the Grand Prix organisers who will join me next. Thank you for your time. Michael Danby, the local member of Federal Parliament for Melbourne Ports.